am Reji Laberje with Bucket List to Bookshelf, and I am so excited that you have joined me for my Book in a Month program. It is the same system I have used to write a number of my own books, including some of my #1 bestsellers. And I know I'm not alone. Writing a book, according to Huffington Post, is on 84% of American adults' bucket lists. So let's get that off that bucket list. I'm going to tell you why this system will work for you, whether you are a business person who wants to write a book on leadership and on systems, whether you are somebody who just can't get the story out of their head, or somebody that has an important message that you want to share with the world. The reason that this works is twofold: full sensory and nonlinear teachings. Full sensory means that I am going to make sure that every single lesson engages both sides of your brain. You are going to have those creative synapses firing off, and you are also going to be able to have that logical, intellectual part of your brain working at the same time. And when both sides of your mind are working together, you are going to be blown away by the kind of writing that you can create and how simple it is when you do this. That second piece is nonlinear. And this is where most writers get stuck. Let me tell you a little bit about the traditional way that we learn to write. When we're young and we're first learning to write those fiction stories, some of those really beginner tales, we are taught that traditional story of beginning, middle, end. Maybe you're lucky and you're taught a couple of these other points that come in between here. But for the most part, you have your beginning, you have your middle, and you have your end. The reason this is a very difficult process in writing your book is people get stuck. They know what's going to happen here. They know what's going to happen here. They'll start along this path and they go and they go and they go and they hit a wall. They do not know how to get from here to here. So they stop. You have a really dull, really flat, incomplete line. On the nonfiction side, you end up with people who know exactly what it is that they want to talk about. They have an important message. They want to tell you all sorts of important things. There's important thing number 1, important thing number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Maybe these are the steps on why something happened historically. Maybe these are the things that somebody needs to know to be a great leader. Maybe these are development steps for personal empowerment, inspiration, and motivation. But the same thing actually ends up happening. You have a list. Let's say, first of all, you finish the list. Great. You still have a really boring, disconnected list of things. And let's be honest, if it was exciting to read lists, we would all be publishing what we bought at the grocery store. I am going to take you instead on the non-linear route. When you're going non-linear, you're going to create all of those different elements of your story. Some of them are going to be different. These ones here might be all about your character, and then you might have different parts of the story. These are going to be all about the setting or the location. Some of those elements might be your action and your climax. It's that fire in your story. We're going to start by creating and identifying those different elements, and then is where it gets exciting. We are going to grow them. We're going to grow them with detail. We're going to grow them with research. We're going to grow them and grow them and grow them until you have all of these very exciting different pieces. And then, as if that's not enough, we're going to take and we're going to connect them all. It's non-linear. We're not working in a line. We're working in a circle. Everything is going to be around our central idea or theme in your story. It's going to be vibrant. It's going to be connected. It's going to be easy for you as the writer, because not only is your brain working both sides at the same time, but if you get stuck over here and you don't know what to write, you can come over here and work on this piece and work on this piece and work on this piece. Full sensory, nonlinear teachings, broken up into several different categories that are going to lead you from concept to completion. Okay, let's talk rules of the game. The most important thing about Book in a Month is you are going to discover it is fun, and even more than that, it's pretty easy. You never would have thought writing a book in a month is easy, but that is the point of this. First, you're going to have the teachings. Each lesson is in a short video with a short PDF follow-up. Plus, you're going to get some samples on how that lesson has been applied in the past. The lesson itself is only going to take you about 15 minutes, and most of the teachings have multiple homeworks that are tied to the same teaching. So let's talk about those homeworks. I know, it's a scary word. Each day, you are going to have one homework piece. That homework piece is expected to take, again, only about 15 minutes. Once a week, however, you have one block of time to set aside. About 2 hours is what I suggest, and that block of time is going to be to cover one of those more intricate, really detailed lessons that you get during the week. Altogether, if you can keep at that 15 minutes a day, keep at the teachings, and keep at just 1 2-hour block a week for a single month of your life, you will have a completed book. That is pretty awesome stuff. So a couple other little nuts and bolts you might want to keep track of are, one, you are going to want to create some kind of an organization system. Guess what? Just like I said, you're going to get all sorts of samples. Today I'm going to send you a sample of how to set up your files. You can set them up however you want. You might be somebody who just dumps them all in one folder. Totally cool by me. If that's how your brain works, go for it. But this is a system that I've used in the past and might work for you. And then, the one and only thing that you have to follow, there's no bending on, and if you do bend on it, it's either going to take you more time, it's going to become overwhelming, or you might not finish. Our one rule is this simple. You are going to keep moving forward. That's it. One rule. Without revision, go forward. You're going to want to stop. You're going to want to edit. Don't do it. There will be time for this during the transition and take apart week. Before then, just keep going. We're going to keep it fun. We're going to keep it light. We're going to keep it quick. And you're going to finish a book in a month. So these lessons in Book in a Month are totally unique, completely original. You're not going to find them anywhere else. And these full sensory lessons are broken up into 5 sections. The first section, idea and detail. During this time, we are going to go through several different lessons that are going to help you to flush out the full outline of your book. If you're writing something fiction or memoir, that's going to be called your storyboard. If you're writing a nonfiction book, that's going to be called your roadmap. During that second section of lessons, that's bulk and believe. The bulk and believe, it's just that. We're going to make all of those different pieces of your story very believable by bulking them up, adding important detail, and really making them engaging for your reader. That third week is all about style and sequence. This is when we are going to learn to captivate your audience with powerful word and really make your unique author voice come out in your book. Then, this is the week everybody dreads, transition and take apart. This is when we are going to connect all those elements of your story and we're going to take it apart, meaning we are going to edit that thing. We are going to edit the crap out of that thing, and it is going to be bleeding red ink. But it's okay, you'll love me for it because it's going to be a really great book as a result. That's when we hit those last couple days of the month and you are going to format and finish your book. I'm going to tell you all about how to take this book from not just concept to completion, but all the way to the bookshelves. Because after all, bucket list to bookshelf, right?